Welcome to the Sports Investor Podcast, where it's all about smart sports betting. Here is your host, Professor MJ.
Hello football fans! Last week we went 1-1 with our official picks, while winning both plays for which I was leaning towards a certain team. We are now posting an 18-11-2 record, which is a 62.1% success rate. Yahoo! This week I've got 3 profitable bets. Let's cross our fingers, we have at least 2 winners. Today's episode is brought to you by the sportsbook called mybookie.ag. They currently have a 50% sign-up bonus, but they are offering a unique 110% bonus, exclusive to the listeners of the Sports Investor Podcast. Keep listening for details. For now, let's dive into Week number 9 NFL picks by Professor MJ. Pick number 1. Eagles minus 8 points against the Broncos. Wow, there are a lot of factors going in favor of the Eagles. But let's start with a couple of things that make me worry a little bit. Number 1. The Eagles are coming off an easy 33-10 win over the 49ers, which is certainly not a good preparation for the following game, where you might feel like things are always going to be easy. Number 2, the public is pounding the Eagles with 85% of spread bets and 72% of moneyline bets going on Philly. As a contrarian, that's not something I like to see. Okay, enough for the bad news. Can you believe the Broncos are playing a third straight road game while the Eagles are playing a third straight home game? That is seldom seen in the NFL. And that's a big advantage.
Yes! Yes!
The Broncos are coming off a Monday night loss, so they've had one less day to prepare for this matchup. They also have to travel 2 time zones, all the way to the East Coast. Playing a non-conference road game is always less motivating for NFL teams, especially when you are coming off 2 divisional games, which is the case for Denver, who just faced the Chargers and the Chiefs. Brock Osweiler will be the Broncos' starting QB. He hasn't been good recently, throwing 15 touchdown passes and 16 interceptions last year. But head coach Vance Joseph had to make a move following another poor outing from Trevor Siemian. I suggest placing your bet early in the week, since I expect the line to get even more inflated, considering how heavily people are betting the Eagles. Pick number 2. New York Jets plus 3 points against the Bills. It's funny how I've been able to handicap Buffalo's games pretty well this year. I picked them on weeks 3, 7, and 8 against the Broncos, the Bucs, and the Raiders, and they won them all. On week number 5, I laid the Bills in Cincinnati, and they did not cover the 3.5 spread. So basically, I'm 4-0 against the spread in games involving the team from Western New York. This is a big game for the Bills franchise, who have last made the playoffs in 1999. They are the surprise of the year with a 5-2 record, and a very winnable game this Thursday at the Jets. Buffalo just acquired wide receiver Kelvin Benjamin from the Panthers in exchange for 3rd and 7th round picks. That seems like a good trade for the Bills, who desperately needed help at this position, but Benjamin won't be in the lineup this week. Okay, so why am I picking the Jets? They will be playing a third home game over their past 4 contests, including back-to-back, so less traveling on such a short week. They will be looking for revenge following a 21-12 loss at the Bills on week number 1. New York has not had many bad games this year, despite a 3-5 record. After riding a 3-game winning streak, they have now lost their past 3, but none of them was a shameful performance. They lost 24-17 to New England after leading 14-0. They lost 31-28 to Miami after leading 28-14 through 3 quarters. And they lost 25-20 to the Falcons last week. All of these games were close. Please note we are observing a reverse line move in this game, as the line dropped from 3.5 to 3, despite 77% of spread bets and 57% of moneyline bets going on Buffalo. I like it. Okay, as I said at the beginning, today's sponsor is mybookie.ag. Their homepage currently advertises a 50% sign-up bonus, but if you enter promo code ProfessorMJ, you will receive a 110% sign-up bonus. Isn't that great? Please be aware that you must deposit at least $100 and the maximum bonus is $1,000. So for example, if you make a $500 deposit, instead of receiving $250 in free plays like everybody else, they will award you with $550 in free plays. MyBookie.ag covers all sports and leagues that you may be interested in. They even have lines on the 2020 US presidential election and many bets related to Game of Thrones Season 8. When we are talking about sports, MyBookie.ag has many prop bets on top of the most usual offerings. Please have a look at their website. It looks extremely good, by the way. They also have a user-friendly mobile application. This sportsbook was established in 2014 and they are definitely on the rise. I invite you to give them a try and don't forget to enter promo code ProfessorMJ upon signing up with them to receive the exclusive 110% welcome bonus from mybookie.ag. Pick number 3. Cowboys plus 1 point against the Chiefs. Most gamblers are taking the Chiefs in this game, as a little more than 60% of bets have gone their way. However, the Cowboys will certainly put an all-out performance, trying to avoid losing a third straight game at home after getting beaten by the Rams and the Packers at the AT&T Stadium. Also, the Chiefs have had less time to game plan for the Cowboys since they were playing Monday night. This is also a non-conference road game for them with less playoff implications, although facing Dallas is always an interesting matchup. My statistical models have the Cowboys as 2.2 point favorites, so I'll take them at plus 1 point, or at positive money with the money line. That's it for my week number 9 NFL picks. In case you were not already aware of it, I'm having a fantastic start to the NBA season. My picks are 12-5-1, which is a 70.6% winning rate, including 7 wins and only 2 losses on plays that were graded as 3 stars or more. If you wish to receive all of my picks directly into your mailbox, just sign up to my mailing list from the homepage of my website at professormj.com. By the way, I'd like to say a special hello to one of my listeners, Sam T., who has been serving in the US Marines in Japan for the last 4 years, but he'll be back in the United States very soon. He sent me an email this week to let me know I had a huge fan listening religiously to my podcast from Japan. So hi Sam, thanks for your message and come back home safely. So once again, I really want to thank you for your support. Please keep making wise sports investments and we'll talk again very soon. Cheers everyone!